I love this topic. It's a hard topic. It's a topic that involves owning who you are and how you show up in the world, in your life, and in relationship. It's difficult to own the things that we don't like, that we think aren't fair. Our ego gets involved, it chimes in, it gets angry, and it says, who are you to tell me that the crap I went through I had anything to do with? My question for you is, what can you learn from it? Who will you be? And how can you be made better by it? You've heard enough of my stories about the previous relationship that I had and my marriage now and that whole journey that I've been on to uncover my own self-discovery. So this comes from no place of knowing better or blaming or guilt. It comes from a place of wishing that I knew then what I know now and wanting to help others through that place. It comes from a place of love and care and understanding. It actually totally comes from a place of having done it, tried it, realized that life is a whole hell of a lot better when you just own your life and your part in it. When you realize why things happen and your connection to them, and when you learn how to think and understand why these things happen and how it is that you can then have a greater effect on the planet, on your family, on your own self. That's what it's all about. We all want to fix each other. We want to say how each other's wrong and we're right, but the reality is we just need to do the work on ourselves and the rest filters itself out. If we understood the power we have over our own lives, I think we'd probably do a lot of things differently. You get what you are, so anything you enter into, any relationship or connection, you get because we are energetic beings on this planet. Like attracts like. And if you're putting something out there into the world that other like things connect to, it links up. If you put out neediness and being good enough and seeking approval, chances are you'll probably get a boss, a relationship, or a friend whose energy fills that role to complete that belief that you have, that you're putting out into the world, and they'll take full advantage of how deeply you would like to please them, to be good enough, smart enough, funny enough, helpful, and kind enough. And they'll love it. That relationship works. It works out great for them, but it doesn't work out great for you. You're filling a role, a belief, just as they are for you. And that's what we do on this planet for each other. We all have these roles and beliefs, and they're all connected by energy. And based on who we are and the work that we've done on ourselves to know ourselves, that is what we get. We get who we are. We get how we show up in relationship. You can't have anything else. It's all you know. Like attracts like. The work that you've done on yourself as an individual person is a direct reflection on who you choose to be in relationship with. How you enter into that relationship emotionally, mentally, and physically determines exactly how your relationship will be. For me, I entered into one of my past relationships wanting to feel like more of a badass, more of a leader, stronger, like I could take on the world. I depended on that from my ex, and equally to her, I wanted to prove that I was different, that I was safe, that the world could be good, and I would show her. I thought that love was what I now know as codependency, and I thought that it was buying things and when they needed something, filling the void or the gap. I know now that's toxic, but that's how I entered into that relationship, and how I entered into that relationship is exactly what I got. The same is true for all of us. We enter into relationships and we're attracted to certain people for certain reasons at different times in life. I remember in high school, I went through all of my surgeries and my medical challenges, and the only new friends that I would bring into my world outside of my existing circle of friends who stood by me were people that had been hurt through something. That I literally remember saying that. I only wanted people in my world if they'd been through something, they had felt something, they hurt, who knew what it meant to be alive and to face really difficult things. I wanted to talk about life and death and God and spirituality and meaning and purpose. And those were the kind of friends that I wanted at that point in my life. So those are who I attracted. Some of them have stayed throughout the years while others moved on. We each gave each other what we needed and helped each other at the time in ways that we needed it. I think there's a lot to learn and a lot of work and a lot of exploration internally that we get to do to become the kind of people who get to experience the kind of life that we want. The kind of fulfillment, connection, relationship, love, interest, curiosity that we long for. If you're thinking, Lacy, you always talk about the self, about knowing oneself, about doing the work, no matter what topic, it's right, I do. What we believe we attract, and what we attract we create. And who we truly are comes forth from within. That's how we find and experience ourselves and ultimately every other thing in life. Every other thing transpires as a result of knowing ourselves, of knowing our power, of knowing our choice, of knowing that what we believe, and ultimately knowing who we are. The three greatest things that I've ever learned are the power of belief. And I'm always curious to know what I believe. My past tells me that once I know what I believe, then I know what governs it. Why I choose what I do, or why I didn't. Why I went this way or that way, or why I agree or disagree. Why I was successful in some ways and unsuccessful in others. Once I knew what I believed, what drove my body and my mind and my life, well, then I could decide if it was right or not. But I had power over it. And once I had power to see and to feel it and to live it and to know it, then I had opportunity for change. That's when I had choice. And then that brought my awareness to the second thing, the power of choice. I had choice over my life. I could choose if I wanted to believe in the way of my life and if what I had going on was what I wanted. I got to choose who I was in my world. I got to choose what I would pursue, who I wanted to be, what I wanted to think, what I would be surrounded by, what I was experiencing in life, and who I wanted to be remembered as. Choice. Well, choice is everything. We don't get to control circumstance. Do you know what? If you understand the power of choice, you'll know that the power of choice far outweighs any grappling with circumstance. The power of choice allows you to be and do and have and think anything. With choice, you evolve far beyond any circumstance or anything you've ever been through. That's when you recognize your power for a choice, for a love, for a connection. That's when you get to choose your life, all of it, not just the good stuff, not just the bad stuff, all of it. And when you can own your life, well, then you can do something about it. And then the power of choice opens doors to the third thing I know, the power of ownership. Once you know what you believe and you meet your awareness with choice, then your journey onto the great place of ownership. That's when you get to own your life, all of it, good, bad, or otherwise. You own your part in it. You pull forth all of the learnings and the lessons you possibly can on your journey to a greater life, career, or relationship. You explore it and play with it and understand it, and you use choice to make your life what you want it to be. And as you own your life, past, present, and future, that's where dreams live. You hold strong to what you've discovered and what you know is true for you, and you express and create from that place. You own it. It is you. That's where you find yourself, and you commit to yourself that with all you've been through, with all you've learned and everything you are and hope to express in this life, that you commit to live your life on your terms, awake and alive and vibrant and aware, because now you know. You know your power, and once you know your power, the power of your belief, of choice, of your ownership, you can't go back. You know too much now. That's when you get to fly and create and express in ways you never thought possible. My wish for you is that you stop and you take a look at what's working for you in life and what's not. Challenge what you believe about it or about life itself. Play with the very real idea that you could have choice in this. And if you had choice in it, what would you do with it? Try thinking differently about it. Look at it from different angles. If there was an ideal scenario, what would it be? And then make your decision to move forward with what you know, what you've learned about yourself and the world, and own it. You've worked hard to get here, to this place and time where you can see and feel and experience your magnificence and the power of yourself. Finding your way home to self is the greatest, scariest, most rewarding journey. And to that, I honor you. I congratulate you. And I say to you, welcome home.
What? It's over? Oh no, it's not. Did you like this episode? If so, there are 3 things that you can do right now to continue your journey. First, you can subscribe right here to my channel so I can keep sending you awesome videos on a weekly basis to keep transforming your life. Second, share this video with a friend who needs it right now. I make these videos for you in hopes that they'll help you. It's such an honor, and I'm grateful to you for sharing. Third, if you want even more great resources to show up, own your life, and find your way, plus some insights from me that I only get to share via email, then come on over to lacykirkland.com and make sure you sign up for my newsletter. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode. Until then, move daily toward your purpose. Choose love over fear and believe that there is always a way, and you will find it. On your journey, leave people better than you found them. Play hard and love even harder. And know that in all things you have choice. And when you have choice, you have everything you need.